you guys witnessed the same thing that I did. Congratulated the team for being 4-0 and 1-0 in conference, and want to commend Baylor for playing hard. They played well offensively and had an opportunity to shut it down 3 or 4 times and didn't. That's a tribute to Coach Browse and understanding how this game works.
Just about your team continuing to play even when you have a lead. Is this the object lesson that you think we'll finally get through?
Yeah. I mean, I've been telling you how it is, you know, and not every Big 12 game is like this. Not every Big 12 offense is like this. Not every game is going to be like this, obviously. I mean, it was a situation where both offenses were playing at a pretty high level, and it just kind of started steamrolling, I guess. So teams are going to get fast-paced stuff and a lot of good offenses, a lot of good skill. You can't get down. You got to play a lot of people. I don't think we did a very good job defensively of playing as many people as we need to get into a comfort zone of playing the same people, and that'll get you in trouble at times. So you got to build depth. You got to roll people in and out. You got to play. You got to keep playing. No matter what happened in the previous series, you got to get out there and keep playing.
Is this typical of all the games in the Big East?
No.
No. Big 12?
It's not. I mean, I've been in this league for going on 10 years now. But, you know, so of my 10th year, I've never been in a game like this. This one.
You mean we'll see defense before the season's over?
Maybe if I hire you to be the defensive coordinator, stop some people. It's the culture of the Big 12. Not everyone is like that. It's not going to be like this next week. Texas has got an unbelievable defense. They play great. I'm looking forward to watching the game against Oklahoma State tonight. Not every game's like this. This again was kind of the perfect storm when it comes to both offenses just really playing at a very high level.
What about Chino's performance impressed you the most?
Well, I don't know. Probably everything. I mean, we hadn't turned the ball over in 3 games. You're going to win if you do that. We haven't turned it over in 3 games. His completion percentage is 80 to 90%. He's getting us in the right play. I mean, what's there not to like?
Where does J.D. Woods rank in terms of young wide receivers that you've worked with?
Well, he's a senior. He just hasn't played much. The light came on to him in camp. I mean, if you guys remember, he didn't play much in camp because he wasn't eligible yet. But going into his senior year, got eligible, and then the light came on. That happens to seniors a lot. You know, the light came on as a senior. I'm proud of J.D. because J.D. hasn't done much around here, and he stayed the course, and the light came on. He's doing everything right now. He's practicing hard. He's doing a good job in the classroom. He's doing a good job in the weight room, and he's making plays on the field. So, you know, like I said, I'd rather that the light came on for younger kids as opposed to older kids, but we're getting a good senior year out of him.
The catch he made on that final drive really kind of maybe saved the game.
Yeah, I wish we would have stayed in bounds. The clock started anyway, but we could have used a few more seconds off the clock.
Dana, how close was this offensive performance to realizing complete potential?
I don't know. You know, I mean, there's going to be plenty of things that we need to continue to get better at. Still don't think we rushed the ball very good. You know, and we're going to face tougher run defenses than this. Last week we faced a tougher run defense. This upcoming week we're going to face a tougher run defense. Obviously, when Sean gets healthy, it's going to help us. We were down on backs. I'm not going to use that as an excuse ever. If we would have lost 63-0, I wouldn't use that as an excuse. But obviously, we want to get Sean back. He brings a different dimension. Bowie and Garrison's still coming along. The more he plays, the more confidence he's going to get. And I'm proud about how Bowie, you give it to him 25 times, he averaged only 3 yards a play, but he ran hard and he didn't turn the ball over.
Dave, you talk about your guys having to face adversity and seeing how they respond. It seems like that was kind of an adverse moment with the way the first half ended. You guys came out of the locker room, you got a touchdown, and I think the defense may have gotten a stop too. How big was that part of the game into what eventually happened?
Yeah, I challenged them after that. That's you can't do that. I mean, we're lucky we won because of that play. When there's 6-7 seconds left, you obviously got to get back and keep things in front of you. We didn't do that. We got young safeties. We've got 2 true freshman safeties that are back there. You know, our backup corners are basically true freshmen. I mean, these guys just got to keep playing. They were wide-eyed in the first half. They made some mistakes, and they'll get better for it. I mean, we're not going to. That performance won't make us worse defensively. When we see things and we put those guys in situations like that, they're going to learn from it. You know, yeah, it was pretty adverse for the defensive side at halftime. And came out and got a stop, which is good. Probably need a few more.
He seems to the level that you can see him.
I don't know how you can improve on that. He was 45 of 51 for 656 yards and 8 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. Could you please explain to me how you can improve? He played well, but you know, you know, Nick played well too. I mean, he had 580 yards. Terrence Williams had a 300. I mean, as good as Stedman played, I mean, Terrence Williams had 17 catches for 314 yards. He's a great player.
And people might look at all those numbers and say, there wasn't any defense being played out there, but when the offenses are going like that, is it really difficult for defense to cover everything that's out there for both of the offenses?
Kendall, I don't know. You know, I mean, it's that both offenses played well. You know, to say that the defenses didn't play very well, I think would probably be an understatement. But and again, both. I mean, Coach Brow's going to say the same thing to his guys. We gotta keep improving on what we're doing. It's a long season. We got 8 more conference games. It's not going to get any easier. It's going to continue to get harder, and we need to continue to get better.
Dana, your team got separation there in the third quarter. You know, trading touchdowns. Did you sense that your team may have let up some, or how does Baylor come back from it?
We didn't let up. I mean, you know, because they don't give up. They don't quit. They've been in games like that. They understand that style of ball. They understand that. I've been in a lot of games where you've been down more than 21 points and you come back and you win. And Coach Browse has been in a bunch of games where you've been down 21 points and you come back and win. So, you know, I was glad, you know, was happy with our offense to be able to get out there and take some time off the clock and you know, just try to run the game out, which we did at the end.
Dana, you mentioned the wide eyes of your defenders in the first half, and you and your defensive staff knew the style of the Big 12, but for the defenders, did you anticipate, I mean, a pretty big learning curve in terms of you can practice it, but until they really experience this kind of style?
Yeah, I mean, they're going to have to go through it to be able to understand it. I mean, we can put them in practice situations a whole bunch, but until they actually see it, you know, it's just like you guys, and you guys didn't believe me when I told you about the style of play. How much different can it really be? Well, it is different. I mean, they play fast, and their tempo is great, and you know, we got to learn from it. We got to be able to handle that.
Dana, I know Gino doesn't care about balls, doesn't care about the individual stuff. There are a lot of players in college football history who've gotten their moment, right, to show the nation, and have not been able to hold up to them. He just read his numbers. So what does it say about him that when given the opportunity, he did what he did today?
Yeah, he's the one kid on our team that's not fazed by anything. I don't care what you throw at him. He's not going to be fazed from it. So whatever situations you'll put in front of him, he's gonna take it head on. He's gonna have expectations for himself to be able to meet those expectations. You know, we don't, regardless if you all put him on or not put him on, he's got higher expectations for himself and can handle pretty much any situation that you throw out.
He said he wasn't perfect today.
Well, he did throw 6 incompletions. I know, it's just him. I worry about that with him at times. He expects perfection, which perfection is impossible. In the game of football, perfection is impossible. That's just something that makes him great.
His deep balls, I mean, he hit some guys 40, 50-yard passes where he put it right in the guy's hands. That's something he's worked on quite a bit.
It has. The offensive line gave him obviously some good protection. When the defense is dropping 8, I mean, they have a hard time getting there. And so we've worked all week on Gino keeping the thing alive and keeping his eyes downfield, which we got better at that. You know, and then everybody's going to try to blitz the heck out of you, and we learned from that. We hit Tavon on that hot route, and he shook one to scare people away from blitzing.
And was Austin here today? I mean, we couldn't find him on the bench or anything.
His job is to get treatment.
So he was.
It's the way we handle it. I mean, if you're hurt, you get treatment. If you're not hurt, you play football.
With all the attention to this game, were you worried about your guys being? How do you think they handled that coming just to start the game, not being too?
I mean, the situation didn't faze him. I mean, the atmosphere was fantastic. You all saw the same thing I did. Our crowd was tremendous. Our student section was tremendous. It's as loud as I've heard it. You know, I mean, it was a great moment for West Virginia. We took advantage of it.